Welcome. You're listening to The Crosswalk with Deacon Kevin Endres, a show about living life at the intersection of faith, family, and vocations. And now your host, Deacon Kevin.
Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to The Crosswalk today. I'm your host, Deacon Kevin Endres. Really appreciate you joining us here on the Berga Radio Network in this beautiful time in the summer in northern Michigan. Here on the show today, I've got a great guest in the studio with me. Kelli Eggebrecht is a new author of the book, The Rosary, the Bible on a String. She's also married, a mother of 4 grown kids, and a member of St. Mary's of the Assumption Parish in Charlevoix. Kelli, welcome to The Crosswalk.
Thank you, Deacon Kevin.
So I'm always amazed, I'm always impressed, I'm always jealous of people who author books and write books. I think it's been one of those bucket list items maybe on my list. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it, but I always do admire the people that take the time to take their inspirations and write them down and put them into a book to share them with the rest of the world and the rest of us. But your book, The Rosary, the Bible on a String, is not only authored by you, but is also illustrated by you as well. Maybe give the listener just a little bit of background of, who is Kelli and, what's been your faith journey and leading up to this point in deciding to write a book.
Well, like you, I've always wanted to write a book. And so after several years of saying the Rosary with my husband, I started to see that it was a love story that even Catholics maybe weren't seeing. And so I guess the pictures started coming into my head. And that's what motivated me. Another, I guess, gift from the Holy Spirit was taking the 33 Days to Morning Glory class, where I learned about St. Maximilian Kolbe. I sat in that class that day and thought, how can I be a soldier in his army? So little did I know, 5 years later, I'd be writing this book. And the Holy Spirit just keeps pushing me along, opening up doors, having things happen.
So really we were talking before the show, since this 33 Days to Morning Glory, this consecration to Mary that you did, that I've done as well, and really, growing up Catholic my whole life and attending Catholic school, and then even being ordained, it wasn't until that consecration to Mary that I think the meaning of the Rosary, kind of this deep connection to our Blessed Mother, really kind of blossomed, for me. And it sounds like, it seems to be the similar story across the board when you talk to people who, have consecrated themselves to Mary. And just a side note, on the Assumption on August 15th, Berga Radio will be consecrating Berga Radio to our Blessed Mother as well. So we're excited about that. But praying the Rosary, and you had made a comment that you prayed the Rosary with your husband, and tell us a little bit about how after so many years of marriage and raising kids, coming together to pray the Rosary, what has that done from your marriage standpoint?
Well, I'm going to go back up to the consecration to Mary, because at first I was a little afraid. I didn't want to make Jesus mad that I was focusing on Mary. It's the same, fear that other people may have. But I started to see that Mary, her only focus is her son Jesus. And so I think quickly I lost that fear. What it's done for my husband and I is it's made us just closer in our thinking, in our devotion, and, everyone has trouble meditating while you're saying the Rosary, and so the book has helped us, because it's a scriptural Rosary book, it's helped us to have that meditation in the front of our mind. I think we're just more open to talk about our faith with each other.
Yeah. What was the process leading up to writing and illustrating then the book, The Rosary, the Bible on a String?
After seeing that it was a love story, I was excited to do the illustrations for our grandkids and our children too. With our kids, we would, during Lent, we said the Rosary, not as faithful as I wish we would have. So having grandchildren now, I wanted them to really see the mysteries and be a part of it.